Eureka.
We make plays every day, yeah. 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 We make plays every day, yeah.
What's happening?
What up?
We're back at you with another episode of Wake Your Game Up. Yes, nailed it again.
Hey, please forgive me for playing the Playmakers intro, but man,
that shit was badass.
So hyped every time, man. I know this is Wake the Game Up, but yeah, man, you know, it's time to make plays, man. 100%. Y'all know what time it is, man. For real, bro.
What's good with y'all, though? How y'all feeling this morning?
Doing good. And yourself, Poggy?
Man, you know what I mean? Couldn't complain. You know what I'm saying? About to break down our NFC West. And, there's a lot of quote unquote activity going on. We ain't really seen no action yet. Lee, what you got for us on this Brandon Ayuk trade situation? What's the latest you've heard?
The latest I've heard is that the east of the street has heard that it's basically that the 49ers and the Steelers are just still gambling out and seeing what players are available. They're going back and forth, but there's nothing finally yet. They're just working on the play.
I don't think we like anything that's being offered. I'm gonna be real with you.
Nope, the 49ers don't. They've denied everything that they've been sent their way so far.
There's no way we're coming off of a Super Bowl loss without intentions of getting back there, and we're gonna just move one of our stars and not get anything back to immediately contribute. You know what I mean? Whether it's not a receiver or not. I mean, shit, they got a defense that I can start poaching some pieces from. I'm very ambitious. Give me TJ Watt. Fuck you. The first 5 minutes I said that.
Run it fast.
You know what I mean?
Every
I'm like, otherwise, I don't feel like we're getting anything that's gonna make me feel.
Oh, you had TJ Watt, that defense will be stacked. Oh my!
Yeah, that's not gonna happen though.
I know, but that would be a stacked lineup.
I mean, Alex Highsmith might be like realistic. You know what I mean? To somebody they throw in, he's 26 years old.
That or Minka Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, I mean, we have a need for safety, but I mean, pass rush is I'm going pass rush over anything else when it comes to that side of the ball.
Yeah,
for reality purposes, especially with my Niners, we get someone legitimate opposite of help me out with my man's name, the mighty Nick Bosa, bro. Come on, we need someone legit opposite him because that opposite him, just when you combine whoever is playing with that rotation, that's like a double-digit sack rotation right there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we do got Leonard Floyd and Devondre Campbell. You know, but yeah.
As long as the deal doesn't consist picks. I mean, you can have a mixture of picks and players, but the picks ain't gonna do nothing for us right now. You should have traded traded him, and if you wanted picks before the draft. Well, this is the end season right now. This is not the off season. They fumbled the bag. They trying to play hardball with the young brother but also the young brother is not all about his paper, because if it's true that New England offered him $32 million, and if it's about the paper, I would have jumped on that 100%. So you tell him, so basically what you're saying, you still want to win, but you want to control the situation. Now I don't know what the offer is on the contract for what Pittsburgh will be offering, but if it's anywhere near what San Francisco is offering, then it tells you that he doesn't want to be there at all. There's no recollection of them ever getting back together. It's like, you know, your baddest breakup 100% when you was in high school or something. 100%, you know what I mean? So my is,
and it's not in this case. I would say it's not me, baby. It's you.
It's you. No, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? That's one of them right there.
Like how me and
Lee. It's not a me problem, baby. This is you.
They talking about a 3-team trade and maybe Devontae in there, but you know, like
that one.
No, but you got to think though, Devontae ain't blocking. See where Ayuk also got in the doghouse and stuff like that is when, you know, in his second year, you know, he
stepped out, broke the COVID protocol.
You know, he had to get straightened up, and now he was with the program for the last 2 years, and so he's part of that blocking scheme where it's a 50-50 run pass. You know what I mean? So what other receivers is going to do that? It's not going to be a lot of receivers that's a top wide receiver.
Don't do it to me.
28 million that's going to be willing to block, bro. 100%. So, you know what I mean? It's going to be hard to replace Ayuk at this point.
And they would love to have an Ayuk over there, what they're trying to do this year with the Steelers. You know what I mean?
No, 100%.
Because of the blocking paralysis. And like, I mean, when you look at the Niners, our culture, the players, until they want their bag on the field, we're unselfish. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some of the offseason blurbs was they trying to upgrade their line, right? Their offensive line.
Yeah.
So what could be happening right now, because the actual verbiage, I think there's like, okay, they're willing to explore outside of the wide receivers. So I think the last few years they've been drafting some tackles, and if you guys can get a young right tackle, then maybe you guys will start to think about pulling the trigger, because he'll be a little bit cheap. They could grow him into the system, and I mean, like, the offensive line is really in when you're planning on signing a quarterback to a record-breaking contract, having an offensive line to protect him is probably more valuable than a receiver. You got to think that
also on that other side, we got the Trent Williams situation. So
he's getting a little old, right?
Yeah.
So.
And he wants his bag, his last hurrah bag.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Wait till he's 38, at least. If you ask me, he's 36 right now.
Yeah,
I mean, we saw the mighty Andrew Whitworth.
He's probably actually older in real life. You know, his number means something, but his body's probably older than his number. Like, you've been playing football for a long time. That wears your body down.
Yeah, I mean, we're chilling. Yep. Okay,
but that's what I was thinking, is like maybe they're gonna try and get some offensive line help, because Pittsburgh's got some young pieces that they might be willing to deal.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it, bro. That's if that's where we're going, I'll be glad with that. If we go on offensive line, we build it 100%. Only thing is that 15 yards per catch on 73 receptions, 75 receptions, man, that's gonna be real hard to replace, bro.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, but a healthy Devo, I know it's like hard to count on him for being 17 weeks out there, but he could definitely receive more. He could take more targets. Same thing with Kittle, if he can stay healthy. You know, we have nicknames.
We got mad playbooks, B.
Yeah,
like we got mad chapters in that thing. There's a Kittle chapter in there. You know what I mean?
You could bring in one of the other running backs, and then and scoot McCaffrey out to the outside, and use him like on the inside route.
And it's not like we haven't done that before too. So this is, I like what we're talking here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's ways,
but that's still me trying to make myself feel better or prepare myself for this loss of Brandon Ayuk, because he's actually, I mean, I remember JD was saying this, like he wouldn't mind seeing him go as long as we got something proper. Like, and this was before the draft. Like, we were thinking like, all right, we draft Ricky Pearsall, which kind of seems to me like just it's still a project. So you got him for the 5th years because you got him in the first round. But like, you're like, okay, this is our leverage against Ayuk. You know what I mean?
Nah,
I didn't really like the way it's been playing out. You know what I mean?
So is the report of him willing to accept the 28 million, like far outside of the 26 that we've been hearing? Like, do you really think that the Niners? I know they have all the leverage in the negotiation, because they already have him under contract and they don't have to trade him. But to just like, was it the Nick Bosa saga? It was kind of like this a little bit, where they waited till like they wait until like the day before the season starts, and they say, oh, okay, and they meet in the middle somewhere, because Who doesn't want to play for the Niners, especially Ayuk? He's from California. You know, he probably really doesn't want to go to Pittsburgh. He likes the idea of maybe going to Pittsburgh, but who the fuck wants to play for Pittsburgh? Fuck that bullshit. And then what's the other team that he's looking at?
He's the winner.
Washington.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
well, Cleveland's out of it. It's basically Steelers. Steelers and nothing else, unless other teams are involved. I haven't seen anything else. To be honest.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's why to me, the fucking Pittsburgh offer matters to me. I want to know what they're offering, contract wise.
Yeah,
100%. Because if New England offered him 32, if it's nowhere near the 32 and it's that floating around that 28. And you know what I mean? And if what we're offering is 26, man, they should have been able to.
I saw it was one.
Yeah, that means that he's not chasing the bag all the way, because if he was, he would have been like that 32 mil. That would shatter records right there. Like, okay, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Pittsburgh had an offer of 4 years, 115 million, and then 85 guaranteed. I think
so. So the highest guaranteed is Jefferson.
That's 28.75 mil a season. So. I mean, I think he said somewhere, or his agent said that he'd be willing to accept the 28, which I think was more of a shout out to the Niners. It's like, hey, drop the 28 on the table, get the 26 off, and then and we could get it done right now. But San Francisco, they're used to this game. They've been playing it for the last 5 years.
80, because I think we could meet him at 80 million. I think that would be like our best offer. Be like, look,
pretty much
80, 4-year extension on top of this year. That's doable for us, like on paper. But also, what makes me, like I said, I'm just preparing myself for the loss of Brandon Ayuk, because we are eventually going to pay Brock. So our best bet
that's
is
what this is all about.
And our best bet is that like he ends up just staying to play under this 5th year. You know what I mean? Like, that's my best bet. Otherwise, he's pretty much out the door. I just think that we should stand firm on not just giving them away, bro. Like whenever we're talking about 2 and a 5 and Van Jefferson, I was like, screw that. You know what I mean? What? No. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Purdy might be willing to just take whatever is offered to him too. I don't know. He might. To me, he seems like a guy that's like, oh, that's cool, okay, and like he's not gonna have too many influence from the outside telling like, nah, get him for 60, or like, well, what's wrong with 55 or 52 or whatever the fuck's going to be out there? It's like, I think I can handle 52 mil a year on like a 4-year deal. Like, he's already trying to settle in. I mean, he's got an apartment somewhere, sharing it with doesn't he share an apartment? Yeah. Like, he ain't going to be sharing no apartment no more, no matter what deal he signs. So he's going to be happy.
I mean, he got his Toyota deal right now. You know what I mean?
Toyota goes hard, man. Like,
nice new Camry.
That's a long term. That's a long term investment.
You know what I mean? Like, listen, I know it's the same thing. Just give me the Lexus.
Thanks.
I don't think many people lease a Toyota. They always finance it to own, because they plan on keeping that bitch for a little while.
We had our thing for almost 10 years, bro. That thing's already paid off too. It's like shit. And my daughter wants a new car. We're over trying to get a new car for us and give her that one.
Oh, every fact.
Hey, Bo, what do you want to start off with?
Oh, hold on. Let's let Peacock real fast. Peacock said, I got a dynasty joint with this wide receiver core. I got Nico, Ayuk, DK, Tank, McLaurin, Kirk, AD, Mitchell, but I need a tight end, and the only tight ends on the block is Kelsey, Kincaid, Schultz. The guy with Kelsey and Kincaid wants a RB, so I don't want to go there. Dude with Schultz wants to send Shaheed and Dalton for one of these, and his current tight ends are Taysom, Conklin, and Otten.
Okay, Conklin could be just Otten.
And
Otten, because
I mean, like, I obviously I'd be like Tank Dell for Kelsey, but he want a running back. So like, or Kincaid, but you say you want a running back. Then the other guy, Schultz, even to get the Shaheed back, I'd rather have Tank over him. I'm not moving.
Make a trade for a running back and then flip the running back and get your tight end. I don't know.
There you go. Take the long route. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, those can you start, bro? Because if you could start,
you could do 3-team trades and sticker.
Hey, I keep Otten.
Yeah, I almost just
break my team up.
And the tight end, I just throw in Conklin and or what's his name, Shaheed. I mean,
how many you guys starting? 8, 9, 10, 11?
Yeah, look, and
Partner Conklin. There you go.
And then look, he says, he wants AD, Mitchell, Kirk, or for Schultz and Shaheed.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's trying to go for the gusto for one of them tight ends. Don't do it.
What about Fergie?
Oh no, I'd hold Pat.
Maybe target a Fergie because like maybe that manager might feel like Fergie's situation isn't kind of set in stone at all. You know what I mean? I mean, like, there's a realm in the dynasty communities of people that like that Shoemaker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean? So you might be able to wiggle a Fergie. You know what I mean? Hopefully that's not, especially if that's not the guy's starter, or if he, he has someone else. And then there's also like, I'd still maybe try to make a play on a Kittle, just because if the Ayuk things happens, you know what I mean? I think Kittle gets an uptick at minimum. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
He said you could start 9, 2 flex, 2 RBs, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end. So you can start 4 wide receivers.
We're going with the aerial assault.
100%.
We're going air raid.
Yeah, he said he's gonna stay putting stream tight ends.
Yeah, because you got to see the chemistry with Conklin, even because the tight end with Aaron Rodgers is kind of interesting. He like now that we got the idea that
yards.
Yeah, and some touchdowns, right?
Yeah,
so
it's really about the touchdowns.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not that far removed from my man Big Bob.
I really don't know what we have with him yet.
Big Bob Kenyon had 12 of them things.
Yeah.
That was like a couple years ago, you know what I mean?
That other dude with Kelsey and Kincaid wants his share of David Montgomery, and Montgomery must be
that might be the deal right there. Yeah.
Real quick if I can
come on, man. Dave Montgomery, get Kelsey, and all of a sudden you come up like that's tearing up big time,
Yeah, even if you want to do the dynasty route, you get Kincaid even for that. Like that's a come up because how long has David Montgomery really got, and you get Kincaid for potentially years to come. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that ragtag team of tight ends I have might be able to find a diamond in the rough. Facts.
Yeah, 100%. And then don't forget, running back 2 is kind of like not that important. Like if you already got that hero RB, whoever you start on that RB2 is kind of like hit or miss anyways, I'm sure, because you're already dealing with David Montgomery. We got Jahmyr Gibbs hype kind of like swaying the percentages from 60-40 the opposite direction for David Montgomery. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm with Bogey. I would be like, okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's get one of those tight ends, maybe focus on Kincaid, and then see what happens with Kelsey if Kincaid doesn't work out. He starts asking for more.
Because you know what, too, is like with running backs, it's kind of easier to come up on them.
On a running back, yep.
It is like, and when you're in a tight end league and you have to start a tight end, people aren't really wiggling up off them. This guy actually happens to have 2 of them. So
look, and then Peacock.
I know you got some guys on your taxi squad.
Still in tight end dynasty, a 1 tight end dynasty. So
you know what I'm saying?
He's hoarding the tight ends.
Yeah, that's why his price isn't as demanding. I mean, Dave, but it just sucks for Peacock because he's scarce at that position.
Oh, he said Monty is his he got James.
Oh man, the flip.
Dude, you got flip it. Yes, absolutely. Come on. See you later. Fucking alligator.
The Auden guys and all them as the backups. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're doing that.
On everything. Bakes-a-lot said, thanks for the shout out yesterday, kid. If J Love is my boy, the juice was worth the squeeze. 100%.
Yeah, man,
he's talking about that 32 teamer that we're in, and I'm going I'm playing the 0 QB route in that. Usually 32 teamers, if you're not familiar with them, you can only roster 1 quarterback. So I'm gonna be dumpster diving for a quarterback sometime in this draft. But I got myself I was asked out, and I do always have a queue because I'm a day sleeper. So I had ETN in my first pick, like 29th overall, and then I woke up in time to grab Nico, but he was at the top of my queue, so I would have autoed Nico anyways. But I'm pretty happy with that because those are it's a super flex position, but you start 1 running back, 1 wide receiver, you get 2 flexes, and then the super flex. and that's where you drop your quarterback. But since you can only roster one, that's why it's not a quarterback position. It's a super flex position because when your quarterback is on bye, you can put him on your bench and start somebody else.
Well, every day. We got Ginger Ninja in the comments. Top of the morning, big bro.
Top of the morning, Denny.
%, yes, sir. I'm gonna send Monty for Kincaid and see what's up. That's right.
Let's go.
Do that. Do it. Yeah.
And if he counters with the Kelsey, I'm probably doing that too, man. Win.
Come on now.
Hey, Kitty, he said nah in the nice guy league with our trade.
Oh, the trade too. Oh, okay. I thought I remember him shouting out the George. Well, you know what I did with that trade? That's the one I talked about before, where that was the league where I stacked up on the 4 wide receivers. So my first picks were Puka, Tyreek, AJ Brown, and Garrett Wilson. So, I mean, I'm glad it worked out for the both of us, because I ain't hating my quarterback situation. Not one bit. I was still able to get quarterbacks that I'm very happy with.
I feel it, man.
Yeah,
and you still got like a gang of quarterbacks over there.
Yeah, I got Kirk Cousins, Aaron Rodgers. I got the Drake May, Bo Nix for the future, and I even picked up Aiden O'Connell because I was like, I think Aiden O'Connell might be the starter.
Nah, I picked up Aiden O'Connell.
In that one?
Yeah, because then I'm steady. It's a saga between me and Bakes because he got the Ginsu over there, and I'm just like, and he's in a bit of a situation where like if the Ginsu isn't the starter, he might technically only have one starting QB in Jordan Love from the trade that he made with you, but I mean, he knows I'm a Ginsu truther, so when I'm over here trying to peddle him Aiden O'Connell, he's like, he's going to be the starter. I'm like, they love Aiden O'Connell, though. And now they're both looking bad. So none of us can leverage any blurbs against each other right now. Yeah,
yeah, true.
True that. I forgot. Yeah, that's right.
The game. That's the part of the game of fantasy I love the most, though. You know what I mean? It's the
Gen Wealth that I've got Aiden O'Connell in. Yeah. Yeah, but I was able to get Jordan Travis to be the future of the Jets. That was also that's a really important move. I know dynasty season's over in terms of drafting and all that stuff, but everywhere I could, I was grabbing Jordan Travis because he just kind of had that like Brock Purdy vibe to me, where hey, we got a plan for you, blah blah blah. We're gonna groom you into the quarterback we see, and I don't think I hope for the Jordan Travis, the Jets fans' sake, that's not going to be the same path that Brock Purdy had. But Jordan Travis did have an excellent college career. So
he's definitely the third on the depth chart as it stands because he's got a veteran in front of him that they're probably going to trust. But if anything happens to Rodgers, it wouldn't just automatically be old Tyrod, you know what I mean? They're probably gonna be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Jordan Travis wouldn't have fell if he wasn't that injured.
Yeah, exactly.
Peacock said, I also sent Monty for Kelsey just to give him the option. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with
it. Yeah. I mean, that's a smart trade.
Instead of countering me, this is what it is.
Because we don't, we're negotiating and we're hearing out the other team in the trade. And I feel like the communication between two trade partners is the most important thing to get a deal done. Like, you don't want to just like strictly go out there and try and trade rape somebody's pause. Hopefully I didn't trigger nobody. I'm sure I didn't, but it's like you have to give and take when it comes to trades to get deals done most of the time.
It's kind of crazy when someone's like, let me get all this good stuff and here's all this unusable things. What do you think?
Yeah. Or just one really, really good thing and a bunch of unusable stuff. Mm-hmm. Like they think that like the 1 for $6 or whatever is like a good deal. You're getting so much. I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, unless this person took like, I will take the time in our deeper leagues where we have both sides of the ball. I'm gonna look and be like, okay, he need a linebacker and he need a safety, and here's a receiver to replace the big top tier receiver I'm getting. And then I usually start there because it's like team needs for needs. It usually should at least spark a conversation because You know what I mean? Most people don't even take the time to look at someone's team. They just go, oh, I want this player. Here's all these things that you don't necessarily need. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Identify their holes.
Exactly.
Gotta try pause on everything. Hey, Bakes a lot said he got Penix for you if Cousins dies.
Hey, he already tried to toss that trade my way, and he should know better. I got May, I've got Knicks, I got Travis. I'm set. Like I got some youngsters, and I do got the two elder statesmen with Cousins and Rodgers for sure. But yeah, I don't.
Yeah, you nice.
I think I'm all right.
And you got Knicks over there too?
Yeah, Knicks has already got the starting job. And if he doesn't, Stidham is the next man up, which I also have him.
You seen Drake May yesterday? He was like, yeah, just getting on the field, like, give me chills, you know? I was like, yeah, kid.
Bet you, Joe Milton.
Pre-draft, I was telling you, man, that guy reminds me of Justin Herbert 2.0. I love Drake May. Definitely like Drake May. That's Justin Herbert 2.0.
Okay, I was gonna say who 2.0? Okay, that's big praise.
Derek said in the gym wealth he got the two enemies, Jalen Hurts and Dak, bro.
Let's go. Yeah. They're gonna shoot it. At least you know that division. They usually play out all the way. You don't have to worry about like, oh, okay, this person got a bye week. We're gonna sit everybody. It's not usually like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So. I mean, because that's the worst in a dynasty. You get down there and they're like, all right, well, we got this thing sewed up. You know what I mean? Like, it looked like the Eagles was like that. Would they win 10 straight before they lost 6 straight or whatever it was?
Yeah. Yeah, for those of you who don't realize, if you don't check your dynasty teams very often, but I know I always get hyped when when preseason starts. That's when they drop the defensive players with points because the rosters get released, so they calculate, and now you can go into your roster and actually look at some. I know we're all just like fake it. Yeah, projected stats is not always like a realistic thing, but it sucks when you got one that's like 0 and you're like, Fred Warner was 0. Come on, bro. I want to know what that shit's all about.
Or when you got a guy like a Jack Gibbons or something, and I'm trying to like peddle him into the deal, and I'm like, Jack Gibbons is a beat.
Yeah, there you go.
And they're like, what is Jack Gibbons?
Release
0.
Come on, release the projections. I hate watching them fucking benches have
like
0.
Britt,
like,
that's a guy he's probably projected 0 right now. He's like, yo, he's the starter.
Yeah, come on, bro. Yeah,
give me something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but also, and rookies too. Rookies, even though they'll be, you know what I mean, they'll if they land in starting jobs, a lot of the rookie IDPs just don't get projected anything. I mean, Terrell Bernard they didn't start putting projections on him until like week 5, week 6 last year. It was just every week I'm looking at my overall projections and it's minus whatever 20 I think he should get, but I'm like, screw it, he's balling. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was a bunch of guys like that. Yahoo, at least Sleeper's faster than Yahoo, but they both are slow when it comes to projecting the rookies that start jumping out the gate. You know what I mean?
Man, I'm trying to take one of my home leagues over to Sleeper, but just all the history on Yahoo. Yeah. I hate to leave that there, man.
Yeah. You know, I dropped my diamond status like a fucking, like it was a crazy ex bitch. You know, it's like, I don't give a fuck. It's just a number anyways. You're like, oh, but I've been 900.
I've danced with Diamond a few times. I'm platinum right now, but it's also easier to sustain when you don't play in so many leagues. I'm only in like
I remember being 4 digits for like years.
I got a $200 Yahoo. What is it? The TFL, the Tyrannosaurus Flex League.
Yeah,
that motherfucker $200. And like, if I was to say, hey, we're going to Sleeper, like half of them ain't tripping, but then the other half would be like, I'm good then, bro. You know what I mean?
That's how it is over there.
I need these guys because they're hitters. You know what I mean? And they're because I don't like any league. I'm trying to chuck full of hitters, bro. You know what I'm saying? People, because I don't want the mouse in the house, bro, where he's just like he helping other people win against me. I don't like that shit. Right. I need everybody as a bloodbath. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah, we got Raquitos on the line in every league. So
every
you know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah, let's go
on everything. Fire that stuff up, Lee.
Yeah, what
you all right, let's start. What do you want to start off with? You want to?
Man, dealer's choice.
Let's start off with we'll go with the Arizona Cardinals.
Okay.
All right. Can Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. make their presence as one of the best quarterback and wide receiver tandems in the league?
No.
right out the gate.
Nope.
I'm gonna say eventually, but yeah, right out the gate, maybe. I mean, it's a great pack to have.
Yeah,
but
if you want a QB2 and a wide receiver 2, you're just fucking tandem. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I'm super low on that. They run the ball like crazy. I think the Giants are gonna pass a lot more than the Cardinals. I'd be more willing to buy a Daniel Jones Neighbors stack than a freaking Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. stack. That might be unpopular, but I really
Neighbors stack.
Neighbors.
Yeah. Them Giants are gonna be throwing the ball a whole lot more often than the Cardinals.
Yep. Maybe the question should be: is he his father's son?
Right.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Is LeBron the son of
don't do that.
LeBron James? I mean, like, come on.
It's cold, bro. Oh, come on, man. Marvin Harrison came out of Ohio State, which is a factory for receivers. Is he his father's son?
Man, that's a good question, though. I agree with y'all about him not the duo coming right out of the gate and just striking for gold and being a top 5 duo right out the gate. But they do have potential 100%. But that's a pack that I am staying away from, even though I do like Murray as a quarterback this year. Just where MHJR going where he's going around, where he's being drafted at. I think I took him. Did you take Marvin Harrison over before me, or I took Devontae before you?
It was between Devontae or him, so I kissed Devontae goodbye. Pause.
And you did a favor for me.
My one share of Marvin Harrison Jr. Yeah. And I think I was on the phone with Kidda, and I said,
"That's why,
he's his father's son."
And we was talking through that draft, and that was a damn good favor for me because I wasn't gonna pick him anyways. But like I said, I don't want.
I like that right there. 100%.
I like that. Hey, we ain't got no time to lie. We can't.
I ain't taking no Marvin Harrison Jr. in the second round. That's crazy.
Jr. Nice guy.
That one might haunt me all year too. That's
sure will.
Even when I was telling Steamboat my lineup, he's like, "Oh, okay, you're having fun there," because he knows I'm not really. It's with surefire. For non-surefire, I mean, come on, we putting good dope up in the air. You know what I mean? 100%. I might have rolled up that bad dope right there, like, I hope he's his father's son.
I think I took Marvin Harrison Jr. and the 2-8 and Nice Guys.
Yeah, that's a dynasty, so that's awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's a dynasty startup, super flex. So. I mean, in a single QB dynasty startup, he's probably a top 12 pick. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. So in the super flex, I'm not mad at that. You know what I mean? Okay. What else you got for us?
You have the Gochini. Have the Cardinals done enough in the offseason to be a wild card team or better?
Hell no. Because when we was on shout out to Smoke Coast, we did that a couple weeks ago.
Shout out to the Smoke Coast pod.
Oh my mama! One of the questions was, what team or what division can you see 3 teams coming out of the getting into the playoffs? And Arizona, they too far at the bottom, or they ain't too far at the bottom of the NFC West. But to be looking up at where Seattle and LA and where the home team is. I mean, so I don't think they can. No. But you always get a team from worst to first in the division. So I mean, they're any given Sunday or any given 17 weeks after Sunday. But to answer your question, no, I don't see it.
I don't think so. I don't think so. No, I really don't. No.
Okay.
Maybe if they start Desmond Ridder in the home games because he seems to be really good at the home games situation. Kyler could play in the on the visiting squads, and then Desmond Ridder could play.
Kyler do you, bro? I don't like Kyler that much either at all. By the way, and I don't like how the acquisition of Marvin Harrison Jr. just like boosted.
He's good for 6 weeks a year. I mean
if people would view him like they should view him, he should go at a value, but he doesn't. You know what I mean? He's still His QBR last year was 47.2. That's not good.
No.
He was coming off an ACL, not an arm injury, too. You know, come on. All right, so I'm with y'all. I don't think they did it nearly enough. I mean, they got a great defensive-minded head coach. I'll say that. Boom.
Yeah, they got a great running game, man. Just feed James Conner, man. That's what that team still needs to do. And they got Trey Benson in the wings. He's gonna sit the bench as long as Connor's healthy. But you know, like how it happens with Connor gets hurt too. So those 6-7 weeks where Connor's hurt, and then you guys have the capable backup where you're not like doing scat back and some elder veterans out there like.
You get the good run game going over there.
They always have the good run game.
Mean, you know, it's going to open it up for Kyler Murray, obviously. But and I do worry about a little bit going back to the other question with Marvin Harrison. If it's just him and McBride, bro, you're going to be able to blanket them guys.
I like Wilson too. That's another reason why I'm not so high on homeboys, because they actually have other pieces to throw to. It doesn't have to just be like after the rookie. Yeah, Michael Wilson, Trey McBride. They don't have to just feed him because he's like some uber receiver. Like we've seen this before. It might take a year or two to get him to his prospect level. Like, his father's son. Yeah, that would be. Marvin Harrison was one of my favorite wide receivers as a kid. Like, no lie, but
is he his father's son?
I like the value that you have to draft him at is.
Answer the question.
Like, and then you get Neighbors way later, like 2 rounds later. I'm like, Neighbors in general might be better.
I told people when Neighbors got in the fight in training camp, that shit he went up my ADP. You know what I mean? I said, fuck, I'm boosting him up. I like that. That's the spirit I'm looking for. Punch somebody with a helmet means you're a madman. Get him the ball. Get out the way.
Better be careful with that shit. People break their fingers all the time.
Yeah, you're crazy for that one. Move them up.
The quarterback, you know, when they throw it and they hit the helmet, they're like, fuck, now I'm fucked for like weeks.
I mean, I guess unless you're trying to open hand and slap
Herbert did that,
didn't he? Like that. You know what I mean?
Hey, you said Neighbors went up your draft board because he got them hands?
Yeah.
He done went up a whole round.
Fuck it.
He in the pile mixing it up.
Hey, Louisiana, they're another factory, bro. When it comes to LSU, bro. When it comes to them receivers, bro. You know what I mean?
It was facts. That was funny, bro.
So let's go. Let's hit this next team, Lee. What you got for us?
Let's go down to Seahawks.
Okay.
Does new offensive coordinator Ryan Grubb allow Geno Smith to go bombs away? And how short of a leash does Geno have?
I think his leash is kind of longer than what we anticipate, because Sam Howell, like we're under the fantasy mindset. We love that. Yeah. We love the prospect. But like Geno Smith is probably a lot better actually in real life than Sam Howell. And if he could get that bounce back and the system might be the key, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Seahawks push for a playoff spot, because they are a nasty team. They got everything on offense.
I hate them. Yeah. I hate them, but I agree with you.
And they did what did they do? They built a defensive back squad again. They got the cornerbacks and they got the safeties.
Yep.
Like so they could get back to that Legion and really. Yeah, Devin Weatherspoon playing nickelback. I mean, like that's pretty wild. And then Jerome Baker and the Dodson signing, and then the outside they have the young guy, and then Nwosu. What more do the Seahawks need to acquire to build the roster to actually be successful? They really have it all besides the fancy quarterback, but maybe the offensive coordinator now will be able to unleash
it's that Huskies offense.
Yeah, that was a crazy freaking offense, right? Scoring all the time, scoring like wild.
100%.
I think
Polk, Dylan Johnson.
And then McMillan.
McMillan.
And Odunze.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. They was going crazy.
Yeah, they got DK and JSN and Tyler Lockett. They got the tight end position under lock a little bit, and then the two running backs. If Walker gets hurt, then Charbonnet should be able to get in there.
Yeah. I mean, because theoretically he'll get all the workload. That's the only type of I like him as a handcuff because there is nobody else there for real.
Yeah, he doesn't really have standalone value in my eyes.
But like, yeah, if anything happens to Walker, bro, he'll get all the work and he'll be a decent flex. You know what I mean? I'm sure, especially if they are going to take it to the skies. If they're going to take it to the skies with them 3 wide sets, I mean, they got 3 hitters. I mean, we mentioned DK and JSN, but Tyler Lockett's still a guy, bro. Like, so that's going to open it up for the run game. I mean, and we're getting Walker at a decent value. The one thing with Walker is he's always been big play dependent or a touchdown dependent. So, you know, if that offense is any better, Walker could jump up and surprise a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? And be a back end top 12 guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the Seattle Seahawks, they like to run the ball inside the 5, and I think Walker had that like crazy run where he couldn't get into the end zone, and hopefully the offensive coordinator can find a way to like open up some holes and allow him to get into the end zone. And Walker might be one of those guys in the running back world to leap into the RB1 conversation because he's kind of like static RB2 since he's been in the league. But
yeah,
if he could get those touchdowns, man, if he could get like 15 plus touchdowns, then he'll be definitely RB1 status because they use him a lot.
Yeah, and he's the better pass pro between him and Charbonnet. So like, you know, it's not like, oh my God, Charbonnet's the better pass catcher. It's third down, you got to put him out there like that. Especially if you're in third and long situations. And they're gonna emphasize Walker because that was one of the things last year's Seahawks were like they were low on a totem pole as far as like total plays ran on offense, which tells me they couldn't sustain drives, couldn't get the run going. You know what I mean? But and long live the wolf. I'm gonna change my answer. There is a short leash.
Okay.
To unleash the wolf. Sam the Wolf Howell.
They definitely got to change something up with the weapons that they do have because it was definitely bland last year. For the last couple of years, it has been bland. You know, they'll get hovering around 20 points, 22 points, but then the defense isn't where, you know, it was in prior years to be able to sustain that 20 point, that 17 and win like
games. Yeah.
But now, you know, like how Kid have brought up about Seattle investing into their defense, but also bringing in McDonald to come over there. And for McDonald to hire the OC, it shows that they do want to be able to try and be able to keep up with the Joneses of the league and put some points up on top of being able to sustain that lead to where they're not having to shoot out 100% and be able to get manufactured the run game, not only by establishing early, but also being able to use it while they're up 100% because they got the weapons to be able to be up on teams 100%, bro.
100%, man. The Seattle Seahawks are a dangerous team. And it probably won't take long for them to put a foot on their foot on the gas pedal and really make a presence. And out of this division, I know we were talking about like which division can, like the Rams, they find a way to win, and then the Seahawks, they could be that dark horse number 3 team in that NFC West to like step it up, and maybe they do provide 3 teams out of the NFC West. Because the Niners, they ain't going nowhere. And the Rams, I don't think they're going to falter just because Aaron Donald retired. And Seattle.
There's a real possibility only 2 teams come out of the NFC East, right?
Yeah.
And one out of the South. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not high on Washington scoring a lot of points. I think they might not be as potent as the offense as we want them to be.
They had the league leader in pass attempts last year. Shout out to Sam the Wolf.
Seattle. Yeah, and
facts.
But my money's still on the NFC North. I like the Bears. I want the Bears to be good. The Bears, yeah. I'm not a Bears fan, so to say, but I would totally love for Chicago to because the White Sox have been hurting them.
They're only about 4 years removed from being in the playoffs with a Mitchell Trubisky. You know what I mean?
Trubisky.
I love Chicago. Shout out to Chicago. That's my other than San Francisco, that's my favorite major city.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to the Bears, Brews, and the Bros, 100%.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the Bros.
Oh man, the icon, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Gemmo.
Shout out to all the Phillies in the Windy City, man. 100%.
Chicago. Bro. Hey man, shout out to Phone Them.
Phone Them on my mama. Shout out to Phone Them, man.
Bro, man.
Come on,
shout out to gang. What you on?
What you on?
I went through a lot of INTs. Don't forget, like that was kind of like the undoing. Like even the amount of times he got sacked, which was crazy, he still made some terrible throws, and the decision making wasn't as high end as you want from a NFL quarterback. But he sure does.
We talking about Gino?
No, we're talking about Sam Howell.
Oh, okay.
Sam Howell. He's not afraid. If anything, that's what you want out of a young quarterback is to not be afraid. Like, okay, I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna try and make something happen. Wisdom will come with years, right? Like nobody's born wise. Like so, he's gonna.
I have a theory on that. I have a theory that we're born with all the knowledge we need to know, but then we get untaught it because they say goo goo gaga, mama, right? and then you know what I'm saying? You learn everything all over again.
100%. Yeah. You already know. Come on now.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I digress.
Johnson, man. Silky said appreciate it. Chi-Town, Wendy, stand up.
Hey, man, shout out to
for real. Like,
I knew I was missing somebody.
City, I love it.
Well,
hey, Chicago goes crazy, man.
Shout out to Silky, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a beautiful city, and it definitely got a dark side. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You don't go to Chicago if you don't got no business there. Yeah, let's get on to the Rams. What you got for the Rams, Lee?
Hey, kid, give me a stat line for that receiving core in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing all year. They're playing all year. That's a game we're playing.
Well, I could. What do you mean stat line? That's hard to say because we got three.
Got Metcalf.
Okay, so I'll just say Metcalf is the W.
No, we're on the Rams.
Okay, let's go Rams. Yeah, because I don't want to put a stat.
Did he say Seattle or Rams?
He said Seattle. Yeah,
okay,
he said Seattle.
All right, can the Rams make
DK Metcalf, JSN, Tyler Lockett. Like that, I have JSN making the step. Yeah. Like. Yeah. And then knowing Fat will be a thing, and the running game is probably where they need to focus in on the most. I don't think Gino needs to air the ball out and try and get like 4,500 yards this season. I think their game is going to be into the run system.
We're going just snug of 4,000, right?
Yeah,
I'm going to go ahead and give. And this is the best case scenario here. I think Jason gets like 1,300. You know what I'm saying?
That would be amazing.
And I think he's probably around like 70, 75 receptions. He's gonna make some big plays here. And then DK, I got him close to a little over 1,000. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give him like 90 something catches, bro. I'm gonna give him close to 100.
So you got JSN as the stretcher.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And then Tyler Lockett, we'll give him like 800-900 yards. You know what I mean? So
yeah. And last year, JSN is
about 600 yards to the tight end position as a whole. Maybe 700 yards to the tight end position as a whole. Another couple hundred to the running back position. So yeah, I think if Gino stays upright, or just the combination of the two, we're looking at around 4,000. Wow. You know what I mean? And they should all eat. That's the best case scenario for me, man. Because I think that they're not going to be. I don't think they're going to be in a lot of low scoring games. They're going to be in a lot more shootouts, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
I think JSN is he was held back last year in terms of the play calling. I think he's got a lot of savviness.
They ran a low total of plays just in its entirety.
Yeah. He knows how to run every route, and that is what makes me the most hype about him.
Like, and he coming in at the end of the season last year too, bro. My bad. In 2 wide receiver sets, he was getting a lot of more of the run at the end of the year last year, too, bro. I see.
Yeah. Lockett is getting the fade for real. Like, I disagree, Derek. It's not the same as last year. JSN is the most overrated wide receiver.
He's mad at him. He's mad at Jay. Where you got him at?
What'd you do? Draft him in the? You treated him like Marvin Harrison is this year, huh? You're like, oh shit, I'm gonna grab him in the 2nd round. No, can't do that.
Jackson Smith, though,
and JSN actually did not have a terrible year for a rookie wide receiver. Like the numbers that some of the other receivers put up are great, but it wasn't like JSN did terrible. He didn't live up to subjective opinions on what we wanted, but overall, I think what Seattle got out of him is exactly what they needed. And now, since he's a little bit more in tune with like NFL, he's going to start putting up those numbers that warranted his number 1 wide receiver off the board. Because I would, if you go backwards, I'm still taking JSN first off the board when it comes to the wide receiver. Like, I'm not taking the other guys over JSN. Like 10 out of 10, I'm still taking JSN. Yeah.
All my DK shares better not shit on me. I swear.
Yeah, last year, JSN and DK only finished within 10 receptions, like 20, maybe 30 more targets than with each other, and only like 100 and something yards, like 200 yards. So he was not too far off from him and DK.
And that's a play calling situation, right? So we got a new offensive coordinator in there running different playbook, calling different plays. This is when you'll start to appreciate the talent that the wide receiver core of Seattle actually has. And last year was a shit show, man. Like there's no reason why they shouldn't have been airing it out. And I don't know if it has anything to do with Geno Smith or
he was asked. He was hurt too. Remember, we saw a mixture of little Drew Lock in there.
And also part of the fucking system. You know, you got to understand it was still Pete still there. You know, it was the OG regiment.
Yeah, and Pete wanted to play. See, that was the thing with Pete is like first of all, he's old and senile. That Pete Carroll, right? But like. He just he had a winning formula. He just kept implementing that. It didn't matter what style of offense they're running. He still wanted to emphasize the run. And like, you know, you just, they that 1 year, 2022, their offensive line actually surprised a lot of us. Geno played out of his mind. And then he fell back to earth last year.
Hey, I got the yardage wrong on the between DK and JSN. DK hit for 1114 and JSN hit for 628, but it was on 63 receptions, and then DK had 66 receptions, and he did it on 93 targets. JSN, so different 30 more targets, and then only three less receptions, bro. So he had a lot more volume, but the volume that JSN got, he did a lot more damage than what you really thought he did, bro. 100%.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just because the people hyped him to be Marvin Harrison's son.
Right.
Is he his father's son? Okay.
And then you talk to the Ohio State guys, they talk about JSN as the best Ohio State receiver in the last fucking decade.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's just like a homie, like in-house type of like respect, but I don't know. All those guys said the same thing.
They said
JSN was the most. Yeah, JSN was the most talented receiver on that team when he was healthy. His sophomore year, that guy was the best.
I had to go get it right, Derek, without a doubt.
Yeah. Okay, let's get on to the Rams, the Hollywood Rams. What you got for me, Lee?
Do we see the Rams making a deep playoff run, or is it
after the playoffs last year? And they went. If you want to talk about like in season,
that late season push, man, that was real.
In
I
season,
think so.
They were banged up from the beginning of the year. Cup was banged up. You know, they had all the turmoil with Cam Akers, and then Kyron Williams was their little secret weapon that just shot out the gate too. Puka as well, and then they kind of just dealt with it. But once they got healthy, and because remember they lost Kyron for a sec there. I mean, they are without Aaron Donald. This is gonna be the first year without him.
That's one of the main differences.
That's gonna be huge.
Their leader on defense, bro, or of the team, bro, 100%.
And Raheem Morris gone too. That he had.
They got rid of the
Super Bowl
safeties,
winning defense.
But they picked up Cameron Curl. I like that.
I do too. It's funny because they got him lower on the depth chart from one of the starters right now, which I don't understand. But you can't really trust the depth charts right now. They're shaking everything up until wait till everything settles. You know what I mean?
And then they brought in Trey White, even though Trey White been hurt for the last 2 years too. But to add Trey White, and if you can get 14, 15 games out of Trey White to help on that other side over there too, bro, 100%. Yeah. You take Verse and his teammate, you bring them in to add to that defense. You always talk about
that edge.
What's the boy named Jones, the linebacker?
Yep, Ernest
Jones.
Yep, Ernest scared stupid Jones.
Oh my mama, the Rams is there, bro.
Hey,
they got their first round pick in years with Jared Verse. I mean, hopefully he might be the guy to really solidify the
round pick. And they ain't had a first round pick in hella years.
Yeah, Verse is
like, look at what we do.
Verse has got some big shoes to fill, and he's he's gonna have a lot of workload and expectations. But it blew my mind when you said Cameron Cole wasn't at the top of his depth chart. I'm looking at ESPN. They have him starting strong safety. So good. I think we ain't dumb thinking that he would be the starting strong safety on that team. He's going to be the starting strong safety. And then the offensive line
solos.
Yeah. I think a potential to do more if the line can't get to the quarterback and do a lot of pressure, they're gonna have a lot more.
The third level, yep, for sure.
Yeah, they're gonna need the defensive backs to kind of step it up, and Cameron Crowe is definitely
because people are gonna test. They're gonna test the Rams into. They're gonna run right into the teeth now.
Yeah,
with no Aaron Donald, they're just gonna be like, "Fuck it, let's see what it do."
Yeah.
I
like the Rams. I still think that they can be a playoff team. I have them getting second in that division. Stafford is a winner. They got Cooper Kupp looking as healthy as he has in a long time, they say. Puka, I know he had that whatever. What is a bursa sack? I haven't even looked that up, but that's the most
bursa sack?
Unusual injury designation that I've he's got a bursa sack. I'm like, what the fuck? And it's a knee injury, but I don't know much about it. I know, right? That's what you would automatically, intuitively go. What? He got kneed in the nuts.
Injury.
He got kneed in the nuts. Oh man, that should have been more than 1 week. But no, it's not his nuts. I think it's something with his knee. And I just never heard that. I've never heard that coined into an injury report before, so it threw me off. I know Miles Peacock. If you're listening, shout it out. You probably know what a bursa sack is.
It's a knee injury.
Yeah,
but I think it's the kneecap.
I am a doctor. I will tell you, this is a scrotum injury.
Yeah, right. Demarcus Robinson's shout out, man. I really like that cat. I think he's gonna be a little bit
Super Bowl winning.
Yeah,
Demarcus Robinson.
Yeah, let's go, Demarcus Robinson. Give him a real position.
Right?
Yeah,
he did win with the Chiefs.
And then the line, they're a little banged up, it looks like, and we got the new addition of Kobe Parkinson to maybe fill the shoes of Tyler Higbee. who knows who wins that battle?
Yeah, because
and then
he's coming off of a little a woo wop, right? ACL.
Yeah, and then we got McVay. McVay is
I hate him.
He's the Joker of the offense, you know. He's the strong card. Whatever McVay comes up with, like, you better watch out. It's a burst of sack on his elbow. I wonder if that's like another name for like a hemorrhage vein or hemorrhage artery
like,
or something.
Isn't there like is it an actual sack, like liquid? Because we do have like things on our kneecaps, right, and our elbows and shit. I would assume.
I don't.
I mean, I'm a doctor. I should know this.
That's why I said shout out Miles Peacock, because he usually is a in tune with the
he's
medical
a sports doctor.
Yeah.
He's our athletic trainer / sports doctor, sports science. And with that said, before we continue on, let's go ahead and run the commercial / ad for all you kids, because my kids, every time I say commercial, they're like, what's that? Oh, the ad? That's how would you know I am. But shout out to the sponsor of our show, neonpeacockmerch.com.
I got you right now.
Yeah. I'm going to take this call while we're running the commercial.
Sir, y'all know what time it is, man. Make sure y'all go slide up to neonpeacockmerch.com, man. Y'all go check it out, man. Big bro always got deals. He always cooking up fat shit, man. He gonna do custom shit for you too, man. Just tap in with him 100%, bro. Right.
Yeah, shout out Miles Peacock. I'm doing my laundry, so next time I'm on the show, I'll probably be rocking that Sauce Gardner joint again. I love it. I got 2 colors, and bursitis. Okay, that makes sense. Yep. Okay. I didn't even think about that at first. I don't know why. Why don't they just call it bursitis? Like, what?
There's so many terms. It's crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah, that makes sense. It's it's just an abnormal amount of fluid in areas where you be moving shit all the time. So you can get in your elbow, your knee.
That's very common for tennis players too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. So I'm not concerned with that type of injury, because that sounds like something that with heat treatment and ice bath and stuff like that, you can reduce the swelling, and then he'll start feeling fine within a week or 2 for sure. Like, bursitis sucks, but it's not like you tore a tendon or tore a muscle or something. It's something that internally built up, and then with simple remedies you can treat it and it'll go away. Yeah, ice it up. That's what they say when you talk. Coach speak says ice it up. that's how to alleviate this shit.
Yeah, them ice baths, they also help, bring down all the swelling and the inflammation and all that shit too. Because like I want to do cryotherapy for my back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for all the little aches and pains that I got, it's a cryotherapy about 15 minutes away from my house. 100%. I want to try that shit, bro.
Yeah, I heard that. That's pretty gnarly. You know what they do? They bring your internal temperature just low enough that you ain't gonna die. Yeah. That's crazy, bro. They're like, it goes all the way down until the point where, like, oh, okay, his heart could stop if we go a little bit lower, but nope, we're gonna bring you back up. But yeah, that whole treatment it works miracles for a lot of athletes. They definitely subscribe to that program and do the cryotherapy. Yep.
Yeah, and psychedelic drugs, I heard, can get you the MVP status. It happened.
Okay.
It happened twice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once is a fluke, twice is not a coincidence.
Okay, so are we still on the Rams?
Yeah. You think Puka can duplicate his season he had last year?
Ooh.
I love Puka. I'll never underestimate his talent anymore. As soon as actually, I got on board pretty quick. I wasn't one of the early guys to know what his college career was. I had no idea who Puka was coming out of the draft. But once I saw him on the field and the way that he conducts himself as a playmaker, he not a literal try hard, but he puts 100% into every route that he runs. He can block. He can beat you off the line. Like, so if you play man, zone, whatever it is against Puka, he can still beat you. And that's why I'm really, really confident in Puka being a long-term asset. So dynasty cases, he's going to cost a lot. I did give up a 1-for-1s for Puka early on. I gave up Jalen Waddle. And then in another league, I gave up.
You're on the clock. Puka or Garrett Wilson?
GW.
I still take Puka, man. I'm a Puka truther, I guess, if you want to call it. I have just as much confidence in Puka as a top 6 wide receiver as any other. I do have CD, JJ, Chase, Amon-Ra, and then AJ Brown ahead of him. But Puka comes right in after, and then Garrett Wilson falls right after Puka for me. But that's how it works.
There you go.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson is still up there. I just wanted to have more Puka.
If Puka definitely can repeat the season that he had last year, Lee, to answer your question.
Yeah.
But it might not be on the 160 targets, I think, that he commanded last year. You know what I mean? If Cooper Kupp is healthy, and Cooper Kupp, he did have a 5-game advantage over Cooper Kupp last year.
Exactly.
But, and then with the games that they were on the field together, the stats weren't too far off from each other as well. So to tie it into fantasy, I'm going to pass on Puka at that position, or at that point in the draft, because I do like Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
And the targets that he, because they were floating around the same targets and all that, damn near the same, but different situations in the quarterback play. But also is because I like Cooper Kupp as well. You know what I mean? Just the offense entirety. And that's another reason why I think he can go ahead and repeat what he did, but it's going to be more than 5. It's going to be more than 5 TDs this year.
Exactly.
He had 5, it took him a while to get his first TD, and then he only finished with 5 TDs.
He was stopped at the 1 a few times.
Yeah, no,
like 4 times.
Yeah,
for sure, without a doubt.
Damn.
Yeah, touchdowns are the most.
Went to 11 tuggies.
They're the most unpredictable thing in fantasy to try and gauge. But yet, I think he does get better in that situation this year, and that's why I said if it's not on 160 targets on the 95 receptions he had or 105 receptions that he had, he still can repeat them receptions. The targets might be a little bit lower, but yet he can make up for it by scoring a little bit more TDs, bro.
I think if we get a healthy Kupp and Puka the whole year with the healthy Stafford all year, I mean, we just saw Mike McDaniels, one of Sean McVay's old buddies, have 2 top receivers finish in the top 8 even, right? With Tyreek and Waddle. And I know that we're talking different talents here, and you can go back to Sean McVay when he had Bobby Trees and a younger Cooper Kupp with Jared Goffel. When Goffel being limited, he still was able to have 2 WR2, 2 high-end WR2s. So there's a possibility that you could get these guys to finish in the top 10 when you're talking Puka and Kupp. They upright all year.
Tito, come on. He was a rookie. He had 1 good season. He had 1 good season. That 1 season they played. Come on, bro. And
yes, twin.
Not only that, but it was like the very best rookie season ever. So he has the pace to be better than JJ. That's his trajectory. Is that if he can do anything like he did last year, then all of a sudden he's going to be pacing,
slinging it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's going to be pacing Hall of Famers at this point. That's his trajectory, and the biggest thing that I wrote under, like, this is my film versus stats. Like when you watch the film and you watch Puka on the field, he can beat any type of coverage that you throw at him. He's not a one-trick pony. He knows how to run every route. He knows how to beat any coverage. And Cooper Kupp not being there was not. I wouldn't say a blessing in disguise, but it allowed him to
show that he could be a number one.
Yeah, and Kupp. Oh, Kupp. Kupp had a lot of good years
too. On the line.
Okay, Tino or AJ. Tino. Okay, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. But yeah, Kupp.
No worries.
He had probably the best wide receivers season that we could
3 years
go back
straight.
and look at.
Receptions, 92 receptions, 145 receptions. Kupp was not a one-hit wonder.
Kupp was a dog for a long time.
2020 and then 2021 was the Triple Crown season.
Even 2018, he was balling until he tore the ACL. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like 2019, coming off the ACL, he was still balling. Like,
they were still in St. Louis when Kupp was balling out. Like, he's been doing it for a long time.
Fun fact: they were already in LA. He was a 2017 rookie, but yeah, he'd been doing his thing. Even his rookie year, he was low key. We were able to use him in fantasy that year, towards the end of the year at least. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, they were limited at that point. Even having a Jared Goff looking right when he got with Staffy, boom. You know what I mean? 140 and some change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the old Pookster. I mean, we could see 200 reception plus receivers. Like I think it's possible. Like I was saying it. That's the In-N-Out Burger triple. That's the animal style triple double right there. You know what I'm saying? I would have leagues or teams where I have all three of them if I can. You know what I mean? Stafford's the ultimate value, especially if you're in a single QB. And if I'm in the first round, back of the first round, I get my hands on a Puka, and then you know what I mean. Maybe 2 rounds later, get my hands on Kupp. What? I'm not mad at that. Talking fantasy here.
100%, bro. Yeah, I'm not shying away from Kupp this year. 100%.
Yeah, but to answer the question, I don't think he could replicate it yardage wise, but I think he's going to excel in other things like touchdown totals and even his reception total could, you know what I mean? If they slinging it like I think they finna sling it, you know what I mean? Yeah, let's get on to the gang.
He still was a wide receiver 1 with Kupp though. Like that's not a true story. Like
I got both of them. I want both of them.
Go look at the production, Miles. Like
double-digit targets each.
Yeah, Kupp and Puka can operate together. You don't need to just throw it to one guy. And that like your team is the best example. It's not going to be a one-trick pony fucking squad. Like the Rams are going to be able to sufficiently give you 2 high-end wide receivers, and it doesn't really get any better. Like your team can't. Like I don't think Stephon Diggs and Nico are better than Kupp and Puka. Like I still have Kupp and Puka as a bigger 1-2 punch.
Threaten the league in leading pass attempts and interceptions. Let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the year that they won the Super Bowl.
They throw it to Kyron. That's a true story. And so they do air it out. Like it's not just like hand the ball up to Kyron. They involve Kyron, but yeah, they throw it to him a lot. So
oh, my bad.
Yeah. I'm also high on Kyron. I like Kyron. We haven't talked 1 second of Kyron, and we're talking about the Rams, man. I'd like talk about a crazy path to stardom. His stats in terms of averaged on game. Yeah. They were as good as any other running back in the league. If we get a full season out of Kyron and they utilize him like they did when when they had him last year. That's crazy.
I mean, I think we see like a 75-25 split. I think he's still going to get the absolute bulk of everything. But they drafted Blake Corum for a reason, because Kyren started off his career hurt. He's coming off of last year hurt, and then got hurt again within the year. So I think that's something. And even if
they don't want to die for running backs like they did last year when Kyren got hurt.
Yeah, they went and got that Royce Freeman. They went and got the goddamn brought back a single barrel Darrell Henderson.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went with the committee.
It was a committee after old boy got hurt.
Yeah, so with that said too, that kind of shows that they're gonna give this guy like all the work, bulk of it for sure. You know what I mean? And at least they got a up and coming backup who. And please don't spend too much on him, y'all. If you're gonna, because that's like gives me like Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon vibes a couple years ago, where like people were taking Dillon like so high, thinking he's gonna have like standalone. Like I think Blake is in pure handcuff form. You know what I mean? Like I don't think he has standalone value. Like it's all Kyren to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The thing why I will never fade Cup, or I'm sorry. Puka, no, I'm still kind of like, I will.
AJ Brown or Puka? You're on the clock.
AJ
on the line.
I've gone Puka most of the time, but AJ Brown is my next pick. Why I like Puka is that he's got the youth on his side, and the Rams. I know that Stafford is getting up there in age. And everybody freaks out that like, well, if they don't have Stafford, what are they gonna do? They're gonna have a quarterback. Like every team has a quarterback. I don't really fucking care.
100% don't have Kirk Cousins, bro. I swear.
Dudes like Puka and Cup. Like it's like the JJ freak out right now, where people are devaluing JJ because he don't got Kirk anymore. I'm like, yeah, but wide receivers who are elite, like Randy Mosses and Terrell Owenses and stuff like that. You really
Randy
don't
Moss
care.
with the Raiders.
Well, that was more of a.
I'm just busting your balls. Go ahead, continue, keep cooking.
I still think that Puka is better overall than like a Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson, to me, I still need to see it from Garrett Wilson. He's been in the league a little bit, and what we want out of Garrett Wilson is like Puka things, which Puka has already done. You know.
All right, Bogey, I have some breaking news.
Okay.
All right, here we go. The Steelers and Brandon Ayuk currently have a long-term contract in place. The holdup remains compensation. The 49ers are currently seeking a second, a mid-round pick, and a wide receiver in the deal. The Steelers don't have a wide receiver to offer in the return, but they want the Steelers' first or 2 seconds in return.
Don't go for the 2 seconds. That's like settling. Stay on the first.
That's what's breaking right now.
Well, shit. If they get Ayuk and if they're good, bro, your fucking first is gonna be an early second, and then your second is gonna be an early third.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That shit, picks don't fucking matter for that guy right now. Please forgive me. I'm a little mad right now because they keep dragging this shit up 100%, and they still don't even want to tell us what the contract is that Pittsburgh is offering. If Pittsburgh is nowhere near the
rumor, we had the little leak on what the numbers are
for Pittsburgh.
It was
one. And I think the agent leaked it. So
it was 115 and then 85 guaranteed.
115, 85 guaranteed. Okay.
And what was the annual though?
It was for 4 years.
28.75.
And there it is. There. I think. I don't think the Niners is too far off from that.
Yeah, come on. I think we like 27.5. Come on. You know what? I got 5 on it.
Come on now.
They sell out their season ticket packages, don't they? Like there's a waiting list on season tickets.
Shout out to the homie A1. I used to go half. They own the rights to it though, him and his wife, right? But I went half on the season tickets, right? Because it's a different price. You know what I mean? Like when you pay for half the rights, that's some extra requitos. You know what I mean? So for about 8 seasons straight, I had this thing with him, and then it's funny because right before the COVID year happened, we got to the Super Bowl, and I remember he was like, "Yeah, me and my wife, we're just gonna take over the tickets this year. I'm like, oh, right when we go to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? But then it wasn't no big deal. And then ironically, no one can go to any games that 2020. So it's kind of crazy. But yeah, I was a season ticket holder, and that them motherfuckers is hard to get. It's a hot commodity to get your hands on. You know what I mean? Because it's money too when they're good. You feel me? Like even in 2019 when we were on like that 10-game streak, and like we can get like bread for our tickets, but we're like, fuck that, we're going to this game. You know what I mean? Like, I think we were on a 9-game winning streak at that point, but I was like, I ain't selling. We ain't selling. Fuck that.
Hey, Peacock is right, man. It's time for us to go start a GoFundMe to keep Ayuk, man. 100%.
Let's go. I told you I got 5 on it.
100%.
Yeah, our fantasy teams.
You know how many rich people in Santa Clara and in Silicon Valley, brother? I bet you if we started where they'd be like, there's $10 million. They raised $10 million in the streets.
It just baffles me like how like everything works out where I made a move to get Pickens this offseason, and I had like Ayuk. And if they end up being on the same team, I'll be like, man, that was all for nothing. I'm like, God damn it.
Unless it's Justin Fields, someone who's like a gunslinger. Like, I think that's what they're trying to teach Justin Fields is like, all right, so you don't always have to shoot. You know what I mean? And he got his 2 guns out. You know what I mean? And then Russ, he's built a career out of especially this past 4 or 5 years, he's playing everything close to the vest, and then here and there he uncorks a big one down the field. You know what I mean? But he's gonna take care of the ball. So if we got something like a Justin Fields in there with an Ayuk and obviously Pickens will become a value now because he'll drop. But also you gotta think like, okay, are they gonna unteach the gunslinging nature of you know what I mean?
But to me, I think that the offense is going to be like the way that the Niners run their offense if they get Ayuk. They're not, especially with Justin Fields, it brings a whole nother dynamic. Yeah. You know what I mean? The players that's on
you need a Christian McCaffrey and a Debo though. What other team actually has a player that
not as far as that per se, but as a run first, but also with the dynamic of Justin Fields being able to take it off. So it's going to be a little bit structured, in my opinion.
You might get some. Yeah, if you get single coverage on an Ayuk, whenever you know what I'm saying, you drop a safety to go down and spy on a fucking or a linebacker to spy, just something extra, right? A nickel or whatever you choose to use as a spy, and then boom, take a shot. You know what I mean? That's what the Niners did try to do with having a mobile QB with a Trey Lance or you know what I mean, and then it's not like we don't call those type of plays. I mean, we've let the Brock stretch the field too with his leg or extend plays with his legs, and you know what I mean.
You seen it in the Green Bay game.
Let's go. Right up the gut.
He was wiggling for first downs on third down, third and long.
They were not seeing that coming. He was catching them with their back turn though on some of those too.
Facts.
Yeah, like,
that's what Justin Fields presents in Pittsburgh, bruh. 100% with the fucking Arthur Smith, man.
You got to have a spy.
That's an elite runner. Like 100%. Justin Fields is an elite running quarterback. There's probably not a quarterback, including Anthony Richardson, that can do the things that Justin Fields is capable of, like the top end, like Lamar Jackson. We see it all the time where we talk about like, man, he's the best man on the field. Man, Fields is, I think, right up there. I would love to watch a race between Fields, Anthony Richardson, and Lamar Jackson. That would be like that alone would fucking sell tickets. Like, okay, yeah, let's see.
They need to do in the Pro Bowl weekend, bro. Is do a 40-yard dash.
Yeah, right.
And do a 40-yard dash, bro.
No, don't put Tyreek in there because that's kind of like.
Well, Tyreek will be like the rabbit that just goes.
Yeah, and then they'll be the Greyhounds. Yeah, for real. Oh man, that'd be great. Yeah.
That was
the ideas that we come up with, man. They can make some money off of these ideas. Come on now.
Yeah, facts. I definitely like that, bro. Put them in, do that as, because that's damn near kind of, I ain't going to say it's like the home run derby or the 3-point contest right now, but that would be a must see during their Pro Bowl weekend.
I like that. That's a great comparison, actually. Is a home run derby is seeing these athletes go at it on a one-on-one type of competition on athleticism. Like home run derby is sure it takes skill to hit a ball, but like them are toss-ups. They're like everybody can hit a fucking like batting practice pitch. That's why they call it batting practice. But like it takes an athlete to bust it out 500 plus feet, and that's what we're talking about with these quarterbacks, is that we got these 4-4 quarterbacks. Let's see if anybody can actually like be crowned the champion of fastest quarterback in the league. That would be tight.
No facts.
They do the passing competitions. Fuck it. Throw some value on the run game too.
You know what? They even had like Dan Orlovsky, and who else was out there throwing at the skill at the throwing competition. It was a few of them other analysts out there throwing at the targets.
I forget there was 3 or 4 of them at least.
Facts. Oh my mama, man. Hell yeah. Yeah. Derek said he got Fields in the gym. Well, that's a nice little tuck right there.
Yeah. I have Fields in a handful of best balls that I'm hoping he shows up and puts up those big numbers that we've seen before.
No facts. Peacock said he traded Fields away before the Russ injury for Isaiah Likely.
Yeah, you gotta put value on quarterbacks.
Yeah, for sure.
He said he got Josh Allen in that league, so he ain't hurting too bad. But yeah, that potential for Fields in that offense, man, is lightweight scary, bro. 100%.
Let's get
JD, who do you think's gonna win out that job? You think it's Fields or you think it's Wilson?
Man, to me, bro, Tomlin is a guy that feeds off of his players, and his players feed off of him. And what Justin Fields brings to that field, and if you haven't seen it on a day-to-day basis, you might have seen it on a Sunday or a Saturday, depending on where you've seen it at in person. But if you just seen it on TV and seeing it in person and what he brings, and if you can not even dial it back, just help him make better decisions when it's time to make those decisions, you can get a lot out of you. Like how Kidda was saying, the elite talent that he brings on that field, and just being able to get him a little bit more focused in on protecting the ball. And like how we said about sometimes interceptions aren't that bad. It depends on when they come,
especially in fantasy.
Yeah.
If it's a pick six, let's go. Now we're in the hole.
Again, right back out there.
Ball right back.
Come on.
Hey, Bogey.
I think
he's
taking the job, though, bro.
All right, let's switch up to the Niners, then we can close this thing out.
Hey, the Lions just lost Connor Galvin for the season, torn MCL.
Damn. They dropping like flies, bro.
Who?
Connor Galvin, the tackle for the Lions.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you know what? It still doesn't. They got a great line coach. I can't even. I don't know his name off the top of my head, but we're gonna be all right over there for our pieces. I don't think that affects us like that, especially for someone like Jared Goff, who is prone to getting the ball out quick.
Pretty sure,
yeah, because that's what you want to worry about when the line starts going down. Is like how it's going to affect the passing game and the run game, etc. But yeah, let's get to the Niners.
Didn't we do the Niners?
Yeah, let's get to the. No, we didn't do the Niners.
No, we didn't do the Niners.
Yeah.
We sprinkle in the Niners always. Don't matter who we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I
think we let
out to the game.
All righty. For the Niners, we had. Will CMC's calf issue be something we need to worry about this season? Along with his production.
Whoa.
Echo.
Yeah. What happened? It might be JJ.
Is it me?
Yeah. I got headphones on, volume down everywhere.
Is it Lee? Try to mute Lee.
I don't hear no echo anymore.
Okay, yeah. So it's Lee. It was Lee real quick. It was kind of tight. I was like, "Oh, what? Lee got some effects now?" He's like,
Russ is definitely corny. You're right about that, Peacock. Fucking Russ is like,
if he was a cereal, it would be it would be cornflakes.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
It's all good, Lee. All right, hit us with that burning question, Lee.
All righty. Well, Christian McCaffrey's calf issues that he's dealing with right now, should we worry about it affecting his season-long production, or can it affect his workload?
It definitely can. Yeah, calf is no joke because it's one of those in-between muscles because you got the big thigh. You know, you got the hamstring and the quadricep, and then you got the calf, and then you got the Achilles. It's like so when you got the calf muscle affected, then you start to try and like use your other muscles to compensate for the lack of strength that you have in your calf. Like it's all downhill from here. Like he has to get
raise the morale.
He's it's all downhill from here if they rush it. So let him recover. If you let him recover,
here you go. There it is.
Then he'll be all right. But if you try and cave in, and because he's going to be the one to say, "I'm ready, coach," do some strength tests. There are individual drills that you can strength test the calf, and you won't be able to leave. You won't be able to use your quadricep or your hamstring or your Achilles to compensate for the strength of your calf. Like
you can't run without a leg, man.
Right. So when you're recovering from a muscle injury, you have to be 100% in the NFL to come back and be productive for the whole season. I wouldn't let him test the waters unless training staff said, yeah, he's good to go.
All the bubble
training staff.
We don't even let him walk around right now. We just carry him.
You know what I mean? And you guys got a great running back depth. Like you have Jordan Mason, and then the two rookies that you brought in, and Elijah Mitchell. If he sticks around, you guys can.
He already has a hamstring too.
Yeah. Okay, Elijah Mitchell is a fucking.
That guy's the guy who's gonna get cut.
He's a train wreck. But this guy has been nothing but
like a compensatory pick.
Oh, what if?
Like, give me a 6th round. Like, you know what I mean?
But I like Jordan Mason. Yeah, I do like
baby Marshawn.
Mm-hmm.
Baby beast mode, bruh.
Baby beast mode.
Hell yeah!
Runs with like a white base, like beast.
And they have a Doak Walker finalist, and the Garendo kid is like he was the what do we call that? The combine darling. He had all the stats to make everybody go crazy. Goes like, who's this Isaac Garendo guy? Like
he hurt right now too. Enter my man Cody Schrader, the Code Man.
Yeah, that was a Doak Walker Award winner or finalist. He didn't win it, but he was a finalist
last year too. Oh, everything. Yeah, my thing with CMC is though, bro. Even though he is injured, we know we wasn't gonna see him in the preseason. Now that he's injured, we know that like how Kid have said, is gonna be rest that's gonna help him out. You know what I mean? If he gets his rest and they don't rush him back, then we shouldn't be too scared. But yet when it comes into week 1 and how Lee said about dialing his touches back, I think even before the injury, we kind of thought as a fantasy community that they would kind of lightweight dial his touches back because of the usage that he's been seeing the last year since he's been there. But now what the rumor is
playoffs each time too.
But also now what the rumor is, if the Niners are only going to get draft compensation, you're going to have to he's going to have to see a certain amount of a workload. You're not going to be able to dial him back too much. Now you got this injury because you're losing a key piece already. And no matter what key piece you get back, it's not going to be what Brandon Ayuk brings to the table. So
it's all falling apart.
He has to step up. So, yeah, right now I'm scared of it because he sits the rest of the.
Let me be the one that's scared. I need you to be confident for me.
Calves are scary. That's exactly right, Guccini, because it's that muscle in between two major components of your leg. So you can start to feel like
I'm still scared.
I can compensate by utilizing my bigger muscles and I can get away with it, and I don't feel as hurt if I change things. And then that in football world is not a good thing. If you're a running back, maybe if you're a quarterback, you could get away with it because your responsibility is just to stay upright, make decisions, and the brain doesn't exhaust it. Like your brain isn't exhausting any fucking effort in your leg. You're just standing in the pocket and trying to throw it. But when you're a running back, it's all legs. So come on, man. Like a calf is not a minor injury for a running back. Like he has to get his time off, and that's the only way to recover from these things.
We got
100%. Yeah, which is somebody you don't want to test. The Jets will fuck that guy up. Like he will put you out. He will put you out for the rest of the season if you try and hurry him back.
Okay, look at this. You're in a draft, right? It's 3 days before the year's about to kick off. You know what I'm saying? But then they tell him about, he's probably going to be limited, or we're going to test it going into week 1. You know, they start saying that type of verbiage, right?
Top of
you
it.
taking
what up, Nelly?
What up? Are we taking him 101?
No, I ain't taking him 101 this year, big bro.
No, I take Brees Hall over CMC.
Dynasty too to bank my season on that. I'm a little shook. I ain't gonna lie. 100%.
I might take a Greasy Breezy. You ain't lying.
Yeah.
And then
I can't believe I'm saying it.
CD too. So it's either him or CD as the favorite as the 101. If
CMC falls, however, right?
Yeah. you did pull up that scenario a couple shows ago where you said
I'm up like the 1-4 or 1-5. I think I'm inclined.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like someone's gonna do it for me. You know what I mean? If I'm at the 101, I'm probably taking CD. It's just I just feel like that's gonna slap fire.
100%. I do like CD's prospects, even though that the popular opinion right now is that the no contract thing is the holdout and all that stuff is like, let it affect his draft value, because we ain't gotten into the redraft season yet. But if the holdout affects his draft, then I'm all for it. I will always take CD in the first round if he's available. So the later he goes, the better for me, because you don't get first pick, second pick very often when you play. You know,
especially if you're me.
Couple dozen, redraft. I'll be involved in redraft. I don't expect to get first pick overall in any of them.
I hope
but
not. I don't, bro.
But I do like the 5th, 6th, 7th. Like those are my
if
those are my favorites.
Overall at that point, and someone goes CD, I'm probably gonna take Brees.
Probably, yeah. I think I have those two back to back. Right. I have CD number 1, Brees number 2, and then you can throw the rest of the receivers in there before you get to Bijan. For me, I know a lot of people throw Bijan up there, and that might be the actual outcome at the end of the year. But I think I want to take a gamble on the floor of the receivers as opposed to the ceiling of Bijan, because I still think Tyler Algier is the thing. That's where I stand on Bijan. But San Francisco 49ers, overall, they're taking that division. It might not it might not mean it might not mean much when CMC gets hurt and misses a few weeks. I think whatever the Niners can rock with is going to be sufficient enough to win games. And I just don't see them losing grasp of that division. It's a strong team. Yeah,
it is.
I like the Niners.
What was the next question? Was that what the next is that the next question that you was talking about?
I was just trying to keep it, going. I don't think there was a question given, but since we're on the topic of the 49ers, I still do have them as the divisional favorite, no matter what is happening to CMC. I don't think that the team can't win with the other backs that they have. It's just funny that all of them, besides Jordan Mason and the who's the other guy? Where you at? The guy that won the Doak Walker, whatever his name is, or not won, but was the finalist.
Oh God, I can't think of his name.
You got Isaac Brando, you got Eli Mitchell, you got who else is over there? Just signed they signed Keyshawn Vaughn from the he was over there with the Bucks. They got a shit. Oh, they even brought Matt Breida back. They brought back.
Oh yeah. That's right. They just signed him like a couple days ago.
Yeah. Hopefully I can find his name real quick. Cody Schrader.
Yeah.
Cody Schrader is the young man that I think could. I know he's not on the depth chart right now, but he was an older senior, but he did great things on some small teams. So he could handle a workload and be productive, and that's a 3-down back type of profile. He may be going unnoticed in a lot of leagues. Some super deep dynasties, he's probably not there available for you, but Cody Schrader is a running back that I have my eye on. Please forgive me for not knowing him right off the top of my head, like the name of the character. But
to double back on your opinion, to double back on your point, they gave him practice squad money as an undrafted free agent. So damn near he's already locked in as a practice squad. Then, like you said, he was he led the league. He led the SEC in rushing last year as well, bro. So he was somebody that they were targeting and didn't even have to waste a draft pick on him. Now you got Rendo hurt, you got fucking Eli hurt, you got C-Mac hurt, and then you bring in 2 OGs. Well, Keyshawn Martin ain't no OG, but he's gonna outshine Matt Breida. Maybe not in the pass pro yet because he still has to learn the NFL and Shanahan's system. But like you said, he's carried a workload. He showed that he can carry the workload, and his build is a 3-down back because he has receiving capability and to be able to lead the SEC in rushing 100%. They got him a gem, bro.
Yeah, I don't even know how somebody like that with those credentials could go undrafted. That's just wild. I don't know what front offices are down on when you get. It must be age, because what is he? He's currently 24 and maybe turning 25 this year, which is an old senior. So I get it. Like he's not an early declare. He's not an Estime or a Benson where they're like 21, 22, but still, like, production matters to me. And SEC is not an easy defensive squad to go up against, and if you can be productive in the SEC, that's saying something at least.
That's the baby NFL.
Yeah.
Hey JD, what did you think of that new Hawkeye technology over the chain gang? You see that last night?
No, I haven't seen that, big bro. So I seen something about they're replacing the chain gang. So
yeah, it's all technology, right? And it shows you how far the ball is.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty damn good.
So it's kind of like what we're gonna like how we see it on TV where they got the yellow line.
Now it's like a little box, and it shows you how far the ball is.
And so it moves up and down the field.
Yeah, exactly. And there's no people involved, no chains, nothing.
So you know what I think now? You know how we got self-checkout lines at the motherfucking grocery store that's taking away people's jobs, man. Fuck you, NFL. You're a
exactly.
You could have let them people keep their job.
And it's like baseball trying to get rid of umpires.
Right. No, not getting rid of umpires.
No, I'm just saying they want to introduce.
They're not getting. That doesn't get rid of the home plate umpire. The home plate umpire is not responsible for the balls and strikes. Which I think is better for baseball, because I hate when an umpire comes in and he solidifies his zone. Like, the zone is what it is. You know, if the pitcher is if he's hitting the strike zone and the umpire feels like that's not my zone, then that's fucked up. So I'm all about the strike zone change. The umpire is still going to be there for safe and out call at home plate, and that's his job. And then he'll still probably be involved on some foul ball calls. But that's a totally different situation there, Lee. He doesn't need to be calling balls and strikes if the technology is that good.
So I guess they're gonna be bringing those caps involved maybe next year, right? Those Guardian caps, I guess, in games supposedly.
Oh yeah.
Well, they've been doing stuff like that for a long time. They've been saying
that it'll probably be maybe in game next year. And they're waiting on the voting on it, I guess. But I don't know. So many changes, I can't keep up with it now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it will affect the performance. If it doesn't affect the performance, then I mean, I don't think the players are going to care too much.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, they do already get the opportunity to change their helmet. They're like, okay, I want this design, this design, this design. You know, like like whatever fits them comfortably is what they're going to wear, and then they can put that cap on. And if it helps prevent concussions, then I think they'll be all about it. Like, image on the field, it's not going to make you look soft when you got like millions and millions and millions in your pocket. Like, it does.
Right?
Like, for a high school player, it's probably going to affect them more than anything, because they're going to feel like they're playing some other sport. But NFL guy who's getting paid to be a professional, fuck it, who cares? I mean, we always wore things on our helmet. We called them condoms, but they weren't additional. We didn't call like, we didn't use them for protection. It was just to signify as like, oh, okay, because we all wear the same jersey. Like, okay, this is a guy on defense. So we always had to wear the fucking condom on our helmet and look stupid, but you know, it's just about differentiating. Like, if you added it to be protection, because I know when I was playing, my biggest pet peeve of football was I did feel like I got concussed every time I put the pads on. Like, no joke. Like, I played hard enough to where like I saw stars every time I put the pads on, and after a little while it got old, and that's why I didn't play college ball, because first I didn't grow into a man's body until I was in my mid-20s. So the idea of playing with grown men when I was in college like scared me, and I didn't want to, you know, feel like I was gonna get my lights knocked out like all the time. Even in high school, I still saw stars all the time. Like, I didn't want to do it in college when these guys are actually men. I ain't playing with boys no more.
Nope.
Yeah, Bakes a lot said, I talked with my coworker about how he felt about the Guardian caps. He's a DN in college. He said it clips into their helmet and makes your head heavy. You try and cut your head side to side. All the scullies, skull caps.
Skull caps. Yeah, that's the way you're supposed to call them. We called them condoms or whatever.
Slow them down. It just makes them unable to hit harder, not feel as much, but it doesn't block you from concussions, ironically.
Yeah, if it doesn't block you from concussions, I don't understand like what the point is then.
Right. It's all optics in the NFL. That's the thing, though. It's optics. You got to, they got
doing something, right?
Because the concussion scandal got blown out the water. That's why they had to settle with players and former players.
Exactly.
But if they wouldn't have got caught for that shit, then ain't no telling when it would have came out. So now that they got caught for it, it's all optical that they have to, like you said,
cover their asses.
Oh, everything.
Just cover their asses, basically.
Them is facts, bro. 100%.
Yeah, it was just a piece of cloth. It wasn't padded up like what you see the players use now, but that's what I kind of equate it to, is like something that just goes over the top of your helmet. Which, what the fuck does that? Like, that makes so much sense now that when you say that, it's like it doesn't prevent concussions. It's like, yeah, why would it? If it's on the outside of your helmet, like it's still gonna the wave is still gonna go penetrate the cushion into your helmet and reach your brain no matter what, because a hit is like it's the wave that happens after the impact. The wave is gonna go into your brain, and that's what rattles it all. It's like that cushion on the outside don't do nothing. It's got to be the cushion on the inside to prevent the effect on your internals, on like your skull. So that's why you see all these designs progress over the years. The new designs, they like a George Kittle's helmet, like that's not aerodynamic. That's built to be more safer for your impact.
Yep.
Like it looks like it might be aerodynamic because it's got like little holes and stuff to like make it look like a fucking like an airplane or something, but not like they improve a design and they implement it through testing, and those test results get released to the players. Like the helmet that tests the best in impact is going to be the ones that are available for the players. And I don't think the outside padding is gonna. Yeah, you might be right about that one. Like the padding on the outside ain't gonna fucking matter. Maybe for the impact on the person that is absorbing the hit. So like, say like a linebacker, if they have a fucking padded helmet and they hit somebody's ribs, the person that's absorbing the impact on the rib hit, it might be less than the actual hard shell helmet impact, and you might get less injuries from getting blasted by a running back or whatever, because that's what a running back does. They got to stay low and they got to drive. So like a defensive player getting hit by an offensive player, that might be what the little shell thing might prevent more injuries for. But I don't think it's gonna be some like because I was a defensive focused. I played strong safety, so like I couldn't imagine what, like if I still ran hard and led with my helmet a little bit, because I don't know, like that might not be like the way you do it, but that's the way that we did it. So when you put the fucking skull cap on, I don't think that's gonna reduce the concussion. But it might reduce the rib injuries and chest injuries and stuff like that. I could see that.
Yeah. Peacock said, yeah, and Peacock definitely doubled down on what you said. He said, I hit someone helmet to helmet one time, and the air sacs in his helmet inflated, bro.
Yeah, like it's like that's the most important part. Like the stuff that's on the inside, not on the outside. The outside probably helps the person that you're making contact with. So like for internal concussion or whatever, like it's got to be what's inside the shell that protects you. Because like Peacock said, if you fucking have those things, I know what he's talking about, because you play with the same helmet for the whole season typically, when you're in high school and college, you don't get like the luxury of what these players do. They get brand new equipment every fucking game. So like when you put your helmet in the locker and then you're like realize at the end of the season, you're like, man, this shit doesn't fucking fit the same. It's because the padding on that shit just wears out. And for any youngsters that are playing football, when you put your helmet on at the beginning of the season, it feels real good.
Yeah,
and then you start playing and it don't fit the same way anymore, then you need to tell your coaching staff is like, hey, I need a new helmet. Like that. Tino, there you go. Like you had the same helmet for 4 years. That's what happens when you're in amateur ball. Is like we use these equipment because they're issued and it's expensive. But if it's not going to protect you anymore, then you need to retire it and get another piece of equipment that will help you. Because I know when I was playing football, like it was like every time I put the pads on, I was getting fucking concussed. Now that I know what a concussion is, like. Seeing stars and having the fucking shit in your eyes all the time, like that happens every time. I was not afraid to make contact, but you should be afraid to injure yourself. You don't want to injure yourself if you can help it. So ask your coaching staff for a new helmet if it doesn't. If it doesn't prevent those types of injuries, that's what they're supposed to do. Yeah, and for real, like hand injuries for me were the most common because the helmet is hard. So if you put the shell on the outside and then you get hit and it's your fingers in between the pads and the helmet, then maybe you won't get hand injuries anymore. Because I found that being the most common injury for me was hand injuries when somebody lays a hit and then a hand gets in between the hit and my body, and then all of a sudden it's like after the play my fingers are fucking like, oh god damn, because it's a hard piece of plastic. It's not, and you're moving fast in football. So yeah, I can see why the padding would help those types of injuries, but not your head. Your head is different. Lead with your shoulder, not your helmet. Yeah, it just doesn't always happen to be that way when you're not like skilled. Like when you're a youngster, yeah, you don't have the form and the presence to get your head out of the way. I know I was always trained to get your head out of the way, to get your head on the side and lead with your shoulder when you're making a tackle. But sometimes you can't get into position because you're going up against another person. So if they choose to make a last minute stop and break, and then all of a sudden you're out of position that quick, and then you hit the helmet to helmet, or you're leading with your helmet, or getting injured somehow. Like the game moves fast. That football will always be the hardest thing athletically that I've ever done. And I play a lot of golf, and I've played baseball, but football to me was always the most difficult sport to play.
I didn't notice the time. I had to get my little man up and ready for kindergarten. You know what I mean? But boom, we multitasking. You feel me?
Hey, yeah. Tina said that happened to me happened to me as a kid in high school. The bottom of a pile, my pinkies got stuck in someone's mask. Somehow, dude stood up on the ground and broke both of them. Oh,
yeah, when you play enough football, you realize that your hand is probably going to get injured more than the other part of your body.
Because he was definitely in there trying to jam it and poke him in the eyes. I'm sure he's like, ah. Yeah, miscalculated a little bit, got caught in the mask.
He said he had metal braces for his fucking pinky. Oh shit!
Yeah, you can still play. That's the fun part about football is like you don't need your fingers when you're playing defense. Like you just need to be able to be in position and lay the hit.
Buddy Griffin, right? Remember him? He got in the league. He only had the one hand. He was
yeah, one of the Seahawk brothers.
Yeah, Shaquille Griffin.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everything was not to be confused with his brother Shaq. I think it was because I think his dad was just like, "Fuck it, they're all Shaq."
Yeah.
For real.
You got any more questions for the Niners, Lee? I don't think we did.
I think that's it.
That was the burning question. I mean, we talked about the Ayuk thing. We pretty much covered that. So, yeah, you know what I mean? We could put a bow on this one.
100%.
Yeah. So, hey, let them know, man. We got the OJ and the Blunt 4.
I'm looking forward to that one tomorrow.
Man, you already know, Saturday morning, man. About 7:00 Pacific Standard Time, 10 in the morning on the East. You know what I mean? The rest you can do the math 100%. Y'all know what time zone y'all in. Up on us, come rock with us. We're gonna have some stories that hopefully make you think, make you laugh, and make you smile, man. 100%. That's all we're trying to do on Saturday mornings. Other than that, man, Tuesdays and Fridays, wake your game up. Wednesdays, Wednesday nights, Playmaker, come on now. We got a whole roster of content coming up, man. So you definitely gonna see me everywhere. You see these fellas, 100%.
Yeah. We also got the Houston Huddle. And I know Peacock's coming back with that. We're the Wednesday night. If he wants to keep the Wednesday night, I figure him and Guru. You know what I mean? Because I know Guru, Wednesday night would work for him too, for the, in my humble opinion. So we might even have some back-to-back action on a Wednesday, and then we'll figure out another night that works good for the Playmakers. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a Tuesday night, maybe. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Or even if if one of them wants to move to a Tuesday night, you know what I mean? Either way, we're figuring out. But we got a bunch of cool programs coming your way. See, I like that. That sounds old when I say programs. See that? Yeah.
We ain't slotting the Sunday night or the Sunday morning yet, but
it's
like for real. We'll be there. Like, if anything, we're gonna be helping you make those start-sit decisions, and we're gonna win you some championships with those. So Sundays we're gonna be there. Thursday nights, I think Thursday night is a fun.
I'm sure we got watch parties in the making. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anytime it's an NFL game fired up.
Yeah,
Thursday nights that's my Friday. So
man, I remember
I'll be ready to rock.
I remember during COVID, we almost had a game every single day.
Right, no facts. You got a Friday game. You got a Friday game opening weekend.
Yeah, you ain't lying. We bang bang.
Oh, don't we have like 4 games in a row? Like 4 days in a row? It's like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah.
Preseason. Well,
I don't think there's a Saturday game. I don't think there's a Saturday
game. The Friday game is
a Thursday night and a Friday.
I think Baltimore's a Friday game.
Yeah, week 1 is the Friday game. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
The Patriots just released Juju Smith. Juju.
So we do have 5 days of football straight to start the year.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We do.
Okay.
That's fucking crazy.
Oh, we're streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. Be sure to subscribe to anywhere you're consuming this content, whether it's the Gen Wealth Net or Heart to Start or the Guru Nation, or even on my man Niles Peacock. Shout out to our sponsor. Be sure to visit neonpeacockmerch.com, and for our ear to the streets, Lee and Kidda, and my man Guccini, I'm Bogard, Scott Free. Hey, wake your game up.
Peace out, fellas.
Let's run this back to back.
Eureka.
We make plays every day,